Hi guys, it's Amy here. I think I've probably timed this badly. I think we might be at half time in the rugby. I've just finished my workout, hence why my face is this lovely shade of beetroot. Actually, it matches the cushions behind me, doesn't it? Which is quite nice. And I've just done my stretches, so before I go off and have a shower, I just thought I would dive in really quickly because I've been talking a bit about kind of stepping up into the truth and doing what you need to do to live your best life, whatever that is for you, whether that is more calm, more freedom, more ease about life, a bit more joy, a bit more happiness. And I know that's been a bit of a struggle for a lot of people. And I've had those kind of ups and downs as well. I think on the whole, I do live a pretty good life. I pretty much take all those steps towards living my best life every day I possibly can. I feel really proud of that. You know what, guys? It's taken quite a lot of work, quite a lot of effort. And it doesn't just stop when you get to that point. So I haven't just reached this point where I feel like, oh, things are good. Now I just take my foot off and all those things carry on going. You have to continue with the things that help you to feel good. So exercise is one of those things. For me, I really noticed when I wasn't doing as much exercise, my energy was generally a little bit lower. I think it's a couple of things for me. I think it's actually the endorphins, getting the blood circulation kind of moving and feeling good about actually achieving something hard. But I think it's also this thing about being disciplined and putting your mind to something and focusing on it. If you are catching me live, do drop in, say hi. It's always nice to know who's joining me. And if you're watching on the replay, you're equally as welcome too. So I'm talking really about what it takes to continue to feel good about yourself and about life. And for me, I hadn't really noticed how much I'd missed exercise and activity when I wasn't doing it. But the moment I sort of went out for that run at the beginning of the year, if you caught my live the other night, you would have heard about this, and then sort of got myself into doing more frequent exercise. So at the moment I'm doing sort of 30 odd minutes, roughly every kind of 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. Sometimes I'll go right through, and I'm still doing my Pilates as well, which I absolutely adore. I absolutely love doing my Pilates. But what it's really doing for me is it's giving me this sense of achievement, but it's also helping me to make different choices in other areas of my life. So for the last couple of weeks, I haven't had an alcoholic drink. So I just decided time to have a little break from the booze. I wasn't drinking tons anyway. But actually, it's funny, when you stop, you realise maybe that you were drinking a bit more frequently than perhaps you realised when you were in it. And it's the same with kind of eating biscuits and, stuff like that. All the lifestyle things that we do. Maybe you don't realise how much Netflix you're watching until you give yourself a day off, and then you suddenly realise how much free time you've got on your hands. But I think what it's doing for me is it's really giving me this mental discipline. It's giving me a mental focus. It's giving me this chance to get some me time. And I have to say, when I'm doing these workouts, they're not like elegant watching, I would say. If you're a fly on the wall, you'd see me sweating and grunting and, giving it loads, because I want to make it count. I want to make it worthwhile, because there's no point in doing these things half-heartedly. And I would say that goes for anything that you're working on in your life. Hi Maddie, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining. If you're going at it kind of half-assed, there's no point really. You either kind of give yourself permission to go all in on it, or if you're not into it, then try something different, because there are always different ways of going about things. Exercise is one example, but any kind of change, anything you're trying to implement in your life, there are so many different ways you can go about it. And that's one of the benefits, I suppose, for people that are in my community, is you get lots of different perspectives, lots of different experiences of how people go about making change in their life. And that richness of the discussion and the sharing helps you to think about, oh, I hadn't thought about that. I could try this, I could try that. So it gives you lots of different options to go for. So as I said, I just wanted to drop in really quickly just to talk to you a bit about what this experience is giving to me in terms of focus, in terms of discipline, having those rituals that you go to that are helpful for you, that actually when you are doing them, you see the benefits. But when you stop, the benefits continue that momentum for a little while, but ultimately you will find yourself slipping back into ways that maybe are not as helpful for you or give you less focus. So think about what those things are for you that help you to feel good about yourself, that help you to feel good about your life, and do more of those things. And those things that you're not really that committed to, ask yourself why. Why am I not committed? Is it because I actually don't want to do it? Is it because I'm scared about doing it? Is it because I don't know how? Ask yourself some questions and try and discover and explore some options, some answers. And as I always say, my community is open, for you guys to come in and share in this kind of learning experience, because it's amazing. It's really good fun. It's all very human and very down to earth. And very much around, I'm on this life journey like we all are, right? I'm never going to get to this point where everything's perfect, because it's life, it's ups and downs. We all navigate those together. But if we can start to experience more good days than days that we find hard, more days where we feel like we are truly living our best life, we're truly living the life that we deserve, that we want, that we maybe had in our dreams, the more we can do that, the more it becomes the norm, and the more it's easy to access and to call on those strategies, the rituals. These are the kind of things that I teach in my community and in my programs, but they're things that we can call on every day that help us to do that. So anyway, I'm going to go off and have a shower. I think my face might have even got redder while I've been on this call, so I need to go and have a cold shower, cool myself down, have a cup of tea, I think, and a bit of a chill out, and maybe watch the second half of the rugby if I manage to time it right. All right, guys, have a lovely rest of your afternoon, and I will catch up with you all really, really soon.